Hello guys, I am back with new topic, so I'll be debunking Tensura verse, or that time I reincarnate as a slime novel anyways. So the character Rimuru is famous for his anime and novel, but fanbase shit their eye to scaling, and I don't have to tell how absurd Rimuru strongly become at the top level predator. So something which doesn't possess superiority is nowhere near scalable, got it? Now let's move to Tensura scaling. In the verse, a world refers to a space-time container, not just a planet. Chloe's loop can create countless parallel worlds by changing the past, and these parallel worlds aren't identical to the original. Two identities from different timelines can exist at one point in space, which should violate the world's laws, but Chloe's skill Yog-Sothoth lets her manipulate time anyway. So changing the past alters the rules of space-time, generating multiple timelines, basically the many worlds interpretation in action. Now there are also worlds unrelated to the original, unparalleled worlds with completely different physics. In some, a person dead in one timeline is alive in another. In others, cause and effect don't even exist. That's essentially a Type 3 multiverse. But here's the thing, that only explains a standard multiverse with separate spacetimes and varying laws. And a world without cause and effect. That's not a physical world anymore, it's temporal or spiritual, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't automatically mean higher dimensional. Now every world has its own space and time, its own spatiotemporal axes. And the hierarchy between worlds isn't uniform either. But here's the catch, this only gives multiversal level scaling at best. Each world operates on different laws, sure, but they're all independent spaces with no transcendence over each other. No world sits above another hierarchically. So no, this doesn't prove anything beyond standard multiversal. Now there's hell, a metaphysical plane and realm of nothingness. The term, void, just refers to emptiness or blackness, basically. Hell is where primordial demons rule. They're the opposite of the 7 primordial angels and existed before creation. Demons originally come from hell, and hell or the underground existed before everything. Life and death have no meaning in its depths, only spiritual beings exist. So that makes hell a non-physical, aspatial dimension. Then there's subspace, a reality that existed before everything. In subspace, there's no direction or distance, just unfathomable void. This means subspace lacks spatiotemporal axes, so yes, that would qualify as a higher dimensional plane. Next is the other world, a reality where time is distorted and doesn't flow normally. It contains multiple universes, and some have physics and logic beyond lower dimensional comprehension, like time existing on a different level or moving so slowly it's practically non-existent. Then there's the suspended world where time is completely stopped, another higher dimensional space. So you've got all these realms. Hell, subspace, otherworld, suspended world, each with their own bizarre laws and structures. Put it all together and you're looking at 6th or 7th dimensional scaling at best. That's complex multiversal, sure, but still nowhere near outerversal or boundless. Okay, so the otherworld contains countless universes and operates on a higher ontological level than normal spacetime, making it 6th dimensional. Then you've got the suspended world where time doesn't flow properly, giving it a higher spatial axis. Let's move to the cardinal world. Cardinal world refers to the space beyond the labyrinth, which carries hundreds to infinite floors, and these floors are dimensions, each depending on the magnitude of magical energy. The labyrinth contains countless to infinite spacetimes, making it 4-dimensional. Outside the labyrinth is the cardinal world or universe, and there's a dimensional gap between them. So cardinal world is also a higher dimensional plane based on context. Anyway, let's move to the promised land. So the promised land is a realm of dreams, consciousness, and souls, completely spiritual, transcending life and death, similar to Hell's depths. Fans use this to wank Rimuru to outerversal, but let's be real, being spiritual and beyond physical universes doesn't automatically mean outerversal. No transcendence over dimensionality itself, no superiority over all concepts of space and time. At best, this scales to 7th dimensional or complex multiversal, not hyperversal, not outer. So yeah, Promised Land isn't touching true outerversal tiers. So conclusion, Rimuru is 7-dimensional fodder, and the cosmology stops at 7 dimensions. Reason is simple, there's no infinite hierarchy, only multiple finite layers. No endless ascending dimensions, no qualitative superiority over the concept of dimensions itself. Just a bunch of realms stacked on top of each other. So by default, Tensura verse caps at complex multiversal, not hyperversal, not outerversal, not boundless. 7 dimensions, that's it. Drop your cope in the comments. Also, I didn't include many things because they'd reach extreme levels of explanation. But let's look closer. When the verse says, the world is vaster than the universe, that claim is only asserting a point, not explaining it. That's the fallacy of the converse. Just because something is called vaster than the universe doesn't automatically make it a universe. It could be metaphorical. People assume world means universe without proper justification, and that's not actual proof. So the claim is hypothetical at best, not true universal scaling. World refers to a space-time, sure, but fans instantly scale it to universal. That's not valid. In fiction, anything can happen with no conventional sense. A planet can be a space-time realm if the author wants. If Tensura fans don't accept that, fine by me. Anyways, main verdict, Tensura cosmology caps at 7 or 8 dimensions, and Rimuru is below low hyperversal. That's what I wanted to say for now. So adios, like and subscribe, and I'll meet you in another topic.